My brother's fiancée lied. Said I made her uncomfortable. My brother cut me off, then found out. The inheritance was never theirs. My name's Ethan. I'm 32, living in Ohio. Life's never been a fairy tale, but family always meant everything to me, especially my younger brother, Tyler. We grew up close. Shared bunk beds, video games, late-night talks. He was the one person I thought I could always count on. Then Evelyn came into the picture. At first, she seemed great, outgoing, smart, charming. Tyler was head over heels. Honestly, I was happy for him. He deserved someone who made him smile like that. I met her several times at family gatherings, and we got along fine, or so I thought. But everything changed out of nowhere. One Sunday afternoon, Tyler texted me. Just one cold, brutal message. Stay away from us. You made Evelyn uncomfortable. Don't ever contact us again. I sat there reading it over and over, confused. What the hell was he talking about? I called him, straight to voicemail. Texted back, left on read. A couple of hours later, my mom called, her voice trembling with confusion. She asked if something happened between me and Evelyn. I said no. What? That's when it hit me like a punch. Evelyn told Tyler that I'd been looking at her inappropriately and making her uncomfortable during the last family dinner. According to her, I'd given her bad vibes, stood too close, and made suggestive remarks. Complete fiction. I never did anything like that. Nothing even close. I was stunned, shocked, angry, mostly just hurt. This wasn't just an accusation, it was character assassination. From someone I barely interacted with beyond normal family chats. And worst of all, Tyler believed her without even asking for my side. The next few days were hell. I tried to talk to him, tried to clear things up. I even asked him to sit down with me and Evelyn together to discuss it. But he refused. You crossed the line, man, he said. You made my fiancé feel unsafe. You're not part of my life anymore. It wasn't just Tyler. The rumors spread within parts of our extended family. Aunts, cousins, some pulled away. Some stayed neutral, but the damage was done. I felt like a pariah in my own family. Then came the blow that really cut deep. Tyler told me outright they didn't care if I was disowned. Guess it sucks being the black sheep now, huh? Don't expect to be in Dad's will either. That's when I realized, oh, this wasn't just about the lie. This was about money. You see, after our father passed a few years ago, he left behind a decent estate, property, some investments, and a sizable trust. But here's what Tyler didn't know. My dad had already finalized the inheritance before his death. Quietly, privately. Because Tyler had a history of financial irresponsibility. He blew through money like it was nothing. Cars, gambling, failed businesses, you name it. Dad made the decision years back. The bulk of the estate would come to me, while Tyler would get a smaller portion tied up in conditions he had to meet. None of that was public knowledge. And with me suddenly being the creep, Tyler and Evelyn must have assumed this was their chance to edge me out completely, get me disowned, and scoop up the inheritance. At first, I was just crushed. But the more I sat with it, the more something in me shifted. If they were going to believe lies about me, if they were going to stab me in the back like this, then fine. Let them think they won. Because they had no idea what was coming. A few weeks passed. I stayed quiet. No arguments. No trying to convince anyone of my innocence. I simply disappeared from their radar. And you know what? That silence did something. I started focusing on myself, my job, my hobbies, my close friends. The pain was still there, sure. But the more time passed, the more I realized I didn't owe anyone an explanation. Especially not people who threw me away without even hearing me out. Meanwhile, Tyler and Evelyn went full force with their plans. I heard through the grapevine that they were talking about how the house would be split, how Ethan's not in the picture anymore, and how they were ready to finally get what they deserved. It was disgusting. Evelyn even bragged at a family barbecue, one I wasn't invited to, about how toxic energy has been removed from the family. But the best part? They truly had no idea how wrong they were. My father had handled things quietly before he passed. Years ago, after one particularly bad financial mistake Tyler made, Dad pulled me aside. Ethan, he told me, I love both of you. But one of you needs a safety net, and the other one, well, the other just needs to learn the hard way. He never told Tyler. He didn't want to cause drama. But the will was clear. The family home, the investments, the savings, and the trust fund were all legally in my name. I kept it quiet out of respect. But now respect was off the table. A month after Tyler's wedding to Evelyn. Yes, they actually got married. I sent out the legal notices. Official documentation of the inheritance. Ownership transfers. Titles. Deeds. The lawyer's letters made their way to every family member tied to the estate. The first call came from my uncle. Ethan, did you know Tyler and Evelyn thought? Well, they've been under the impression. Yeah, I knew. Then came the explosion. Tyler blew up my phone with calls, voicemails, frantic texts. Ethan, man, what is this? We thought Dad left everything to both of us. This has to be a mistake. Call me back. Evelyn sent her own message, too. Cold but desperate. We should talk. This doesn't seem fair. Fair. That word. Coming from her. I ignored the first wave. Let them stew. Let reality set in. But Tyler wasn't letting it go. He drove to my place, uninvited, and knocked like a madman. When I opened the door, he looked broken, pale, shaken, like someone who just realized their entire future wasn't what they thought. Ethan, man, listen, about before, he started. I didn't say a word, just crossed my arms. Look, Evelyn, she might have exaggerated, okay? But, bro, we're family. We shouldn't let misunderstandings come between us. Oh, so now it's a misunderstanding. Not when you were throwing me out of the family. Not when you believed her lies without question. Not when you gloated about me being out of the picture. I stayed calm. The will was finalized years ago. Nothing's changed. You just never knew. He ran a hand through his hair, looking like he was about to throw up. Come on, man. You can't do this to us. Evelyn and I, we were counting on that house. On the money. And there it was. Not, I'm sorry. Not, we were wrong. Just, we were counting on your money. That was the moment I knew. These people never cared about me. Not really. Not beyond what they could take. You should leave, Tyler, I said quietly. There's nothing left to discuss. He stood there, speechless, then finally walked away, shoulders slumped, defeated. A week went by. Silence. No calls. Nothing from Tyler or Evelyn. I figured they'd finally realized the door was closed. But then, the truth started leaking. Turns out, Evelyn's lie wasn't as airtight as she thought. A cousin who had been at the same family dinner where the incident supposedly happened finally spoke up. She messaged me out of the blue. Hey, I don't know what's going on between you and Tyler, but I remember that dinner. You barely spoke to Evelyn. You were helping Mom in the kitchen most of the night. None of what she said makes sense. That cracked the dam. A few others started quietly admitting they had doubts the whole time, but didn't want to get involved. Some even apologized for believing the worst. Apparently, Evelyn had been planting seeds for months, whispering little things, painting me as weird or off, all subtle, until she dropped the full-blown accusation and pushed Tyler to cut me out. Why? Simple. With me gone, they assumed the family wealth would fall straight into their lap. No contest. No obstacles. Except, they didn't realize the game was rigged against them from the start. Word spread fast about the will. The family house? Mine. The rental properties? Mine. The trust fund? Fully under my control. Tyler's share? A small, conditional payout, just like Dad intended. When the dust settled, the mask slipped completely. I heard from a friend of a friend that Evelyn was furious. Not because she felt guilty, but because her plan backfired. She'd married Tyler thinking she was securing a future filled with financial freedom. Now they were stuck. No house. No windfall. Just Tyler's unstable job and a mountain of debt from the wedding they threw thinking they'd be set for life. The best part? A few weeks later, Evelyn filed for divorce. Yep. Guess money was the real love of her life. Tyler showed up one last time. Same front porch. Same defeated look. But this time, there was no anger. Just regret. Pure, bitter regret. Ethan, he started, barely looking me in the eye. I messed up. I should have never believed her. I let her poison me against you. I don't even know why I was so stupid. I let him talk. Let him pour it out. The apologies. The regret. The realization that Evelyn used him just as much as they both tried to use me. And when he was done, I just nodded. I hear you, I said. But some things you don't come back from. We stood there in silence. He knew. I knew. This wasn't about money anymore. It was about trust, broken beyond repair. I wished him well, then closed the door. For good. Looking back, it still stings. Not because I lost my brother, but because I had to accept he was never really the person I thought he was. As for Evelyn, last I heard, she was trying to date someone else with deep pockets. Some people never change. Me? I've moved on. Built a life surrounded by people who actually care about me, not about what's in my bank account. I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.